I'm looking over there and being distracted because Dale Earnhardt Jr. just came in. So, Junior, come on over. He's stuck in traffic. Come on in. Hi, bud. You're all sweaty here. Have you been running?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good to see you.
You too.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
So you got stuck in traffic?
Yeah, it was a little tougher than usual for some reason.
But you weren't driving.
No, I wasn't.
You don't drive in New York.
I don't know my way around, but usually we have, we understand kind of the time that you need. You have to have a little extra time, and we were planning on getting here about 30 minutes early, but it didn't work out. So I don't know what's going on this week, but it's a little slower than usual.
Well, we're glad to have you. You look good. You look like you're in shape. Do you work out?
I
That's a no.
no, I ride. Jimmy Johnson got me in cycling about 1.5 2 years ago. So last year I rode 2,400 miles, and probably not riding as much this year due to having the baby and all that. But I like to ride.
Do you do spin classes?
Nah, I did it once or twice, but mainly just when there's a charity one in town. There's the girls, the wives and girlfriends of the other drivers put those together for charity and so forth, and we may go do that. But those are harder than riding on the road, spin classes, because they hold you accountable in that spin class, man.
Yeah.
On the road, you're trying to do your own thing. But
you got other people watching you in the spin class.
I did that too. It gets real competitive.
I was in spin yesterday.
How was it?
It was great. All the music was David Bowie.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
It was awesome.
The music's key in the spin class.
And
you get a bad DJ in there, it's not good.
What kind of music would you have a hard time pedaling to?
Oh, probably some slow R&B, stuff like that.
Okay. What would you love to hear?
David Bowie would be great.
And you know what? There's a rhythm, a cadence to when you're riding,
right.
And that's what they're trying to get.
Yeah. The one part I don't like about the spin class is the arm thing. I didn't know they had the arm. I didn't know they, worked your arms while you're in there, and so they're like, grab this bar and you're holding it straight out, and I'm like, this is not very comfortable.
Do you have the tight bike shorts on?
Yeah, yeah. I have to wear this. Yeah, spandex is part of cycling, unfortunately.
And so Jimmy Johnson is the one who got you in?
Yeah, Jimmy got me riding. A lot of drivers ride bikes. On Friday, there's the first early morning practice before lunch, and then we'll have qualifying at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So there's a big gap of time, and there's a loop, 30 or 20 mile loop. Sorry.
Is that your phone?
That's my text alert, yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's a guy screaming.
Was that a rooster?
No, it was a guy going, woohoo. So, yeah.
Did you have a special one when your wife texted you?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, they all sound the same?
Yeah. So, sorry. Woo-hoo! I had it. I usually have it on silent.
It's all right.
I'm very unprofessional.
Yeah, you're a broadcaster now.
I know. Yeah.
You're a professional broadcaster.
I would always have my phone on silent.
I wouldn't expect you to have that sound effect for a text
Well,
message.
It sort of cheers me up when you get a text. No matter what the text is, even if it's bad news,
does your wife
go in there with a good intention.
But if your wife calls you, does her ring, is it different? Have you differentiated? You don't do that?
Yeah, I never have my ring on, so I don't know why my sound was on, because I don't even have my vibrate on silent turned on.
Did you ever have a phone in the car with you when you're driving?
Oh, all the time. I mean, they told us probably way back about, not way back, but 4 or 5 years ago, Brad Keselowski got in trouble for taking a picture during a red flag out of his windshield. And when Juan Pablo wrecked into the jet dryer at Daytona, Brad Keselowski took a picture of it from the inside of his race car. And NASCAR said, well, that's a bad deal. We can't have electronic devices in the cars, so no more phones. But I had a pocket in my suit on my leg, and I would put my phone in there, and, I just had to be careful if I had an in-car camera about pulling it out, because I'm in there texting and carrying on in between, practices or whatever. I didn't use it for any kind of advantage.
Oh, is that what they were worried about?
They were worried about you could take it and find a way to create an app or some device or control something in the car that might trick something up or give you an advantage. And so, or record, you could just record data from the engine or whatever. But
You never, like during a caution, you never.
I didn't care
tweeted.
about that. I was just trying to keep up with Twitter and, text messages from friends. And,
I can't imagine. Can you imagine your dad on Twitter? Like,
no. Yeah.
like texting?
He hated computers. When I was trying to get my first computer, he was like, I don't know why you're doing that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Why are you doing that? And, he thought it was completely ridiculous to have a computer.
Didn't think it was going to amount to
To
much.
have a home computer was a dumb idea.
All right. We'll take a break here. Dale Jr. is joining us on behalf. Talk about his new book. It's Racing to the Finish, My Story. And we'll come back. We'll talk to him about that and his broadcasting career, the new baby, all those good things. We'll continue with Dale Jr. right after this. The book is Racing to the Finish, My Story, reflection on Junior, the concussions that he had. And it's a topic that we've addressed a couple of times with him. Talks about the slow recovery, admiration for his wife, Amy, who stood by him through all of this and shares his experience. You can catch Dale this Sunday at 2 Eastern when NBCSN presents the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoff, and there'll be Dover International Speedway. What would surprise us in this book?
Well, it's hard to tell without ruining the book, but
Well, I know how it ends.
yeah. There's throughout my throughout 2013, 14, 15, and into 16, there were a lot of things going on that I didn't tell anybody about, and I hid a lot of stuff from the racing world, my wife, everybody, and it caught up with me. And the reason why I missed half a season was because of that misstep and misjudgment and this poor decision making.
Why were you hiding?
Because I thought that if I was good enough or felt good enough if I crashed on Sunday and I felt good Wednesday or Thursday, then I was fine to go race again. And so I did that repeatedly, and didn't realize that my brain was still wounded, still hurting, still needing to be, still needing time to heal. And
how do you hide that?
So the way we wrote the book is throughout from 2012 all the way up till I got well in 2016. I took a diary. I wrote a diary of notes. Every time I crashed and got sick or felt bad, I wrote down notes about it for the whole week. Monday morning, Monday at lunch, Monday night, Tuesday morning. Every day I was writing notes about how I felt, because when I would, if I got well or started feeling better on Thursday, I couldn't remember what I felt like on Monday, and so the notes would help me understand how far I was getting well, and how much better I felt, and so. And I was just scared too. I was really scared, so I was writing these notes and just to have some kind of memory of what I was going through. And when I got hurt when I got so bad that I couldn't drive anymore, and I knew that I needed to get out of the race car, I took those notes to my doctor, and he was really angry with me. This is the same Dr. Mickey Collins that I saw in 2012. And so, obviously, my wife, when she found out, she was extremely upset. And people that have read the book say the same thing. They're like, "Man, I really want to punch you in the face, and then I want to give you a hug." So,
but there's also this mentality of you're a NASCAR driver, you're a tough guy.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to. Is this part of what everybody does?
Yeah, but I was at the backside of my career, had nothing to gain from continuing to, trudge through those kind of issues, had accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and had saved my money, was well off financially, and had business opportunities and a future and a wife and a family and all this stuff on the horizon, and there was no point in me in taking that kind of risk. Now, if I was 25 years old and just getting into the sport and trying to make my name and trying to establish myself and afraid of losing my ride to someone real easily, I would have, that would have probably been some excuse, if there is an excuse, to do something like that. But I had no excuse for doing that. I already knew enough about concussions from the 2012 experience of going through it that this was a bad choice. And I made it anyways. And the whole time I'm out there telling people this is what not to do. And I'm actually doing it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't come clean as a driver. When I was still racing in my final season, 2017, I didn't want to tell this story because I didn't want my final year that I'm, kind of closing my career out to be about concussions and this secret that I'd kept. So as soon as I was out of the car and retired, I thought, all right, it's time to write the book. I want to write the book. The whole purpose of writing this book is to help my doctor, Mickey Collins. Mickey Collins gave me my life back. Anybody that's went to Mickey and got help and got well knows exactly what that means. And I feel in debt to Mickey to support him and raise awareness for the United Pittsburgh Medical Center and what they do there to help people with head injuries. And so he is also kind of intertwined in the contents of the book. Sort of backing up a lot of the things that we went through and in describing in medical terms about what I'm feeling and doing and all those things and how we went through the rehab and so forth. So him being involved in the book as well adds a lot of credibility to it. So I want people to read it. And
it's a good picture here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I want people to read it and hopefully it'll educate some people and help some people. So, Mickey.
Final minute here. How's the baby?
Oh, Isla's awesome. Doing something new every day. She's just 5 months old and starting to, she's just doing something new every single day. And
you don't want to leave home.
I don't. And, I'm going to fly. I need to be in Dover tonight, but I'm going to fly home and when I leave New York and be with them for about an hour.
Fly to Dover?
And then go back to Dover. So, that's when you're a dad, you understand what that is. Like, if you get a moment, you got to be there. And I'm going to be going all weekend, and
that's good.
So I need to get when you can be there, you need to be there.
Racing to the Finish, my story, Dale Earnhardt Jr. You look like a movie star here on this.
Man, I appreciate you.
How many?
That. I'm not getting any roles though. Nobody's calling. The phone's not ringing.
Have you been in any movies?
No. As myself, like in the Will Ferrell movie,
Talladega.
Yeah, Talladega Nights. Yeah. But yeah,
Adam Sandler's watching right now. In fact, he's texted a little bit.
That's cool.
So
I've met Adam before. He actually asked me. I met him in Hawaii. He was flying in, and I was leaving, and he asked me to take his dog home.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, I'd never met the guy, so it's an interesting story.
The book is Racing to the Finish, My Story with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Great to see you, Junior. Thanks for joining us.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.